hello, I didn't see you there. In any event, welcome back to Sonic Masterpiece Theatre. As those of you who watch this program know, I am impersonating a British person. Last week, we got through Chapter 8 of Sonic in the Search of Love, one of my favorite pieces of work to come out of America in the 21st century. Let's just get right to it, shall we? Very well. The three of them get up Friday morning after their long rest to see if they can find any clues to find Krez, and you can step closer to see what's going on in Pounce Field. 5 p.m. You may notice from our previous chapters that the author, Sonic Master, does not like to use apostrophe S. If I may, this, to me at least, is because apostrophe S often denotes possession, and by refusing to use it, he is clearly striking a blow against the bourgeoisie. Never since Chomsky have I seen such a clever way to blow for the proletariat. Let's move on. After having breakfast, they begin to tear up the apartment to see if they can see any clues there. After destroying the whole place, the master remembers that he had the VCR. Now he puts a period after V, C, and R to let us know this is not some vowelless word like Cruth. We brought that to you, Yanks. Well, we could fuck them. Set to record his favorite show that was on last night. He rewinds tape and then presses play. Always polite to rewind your tapes, boys and girls. After 30 minutes, lettering comes across the screen, and it reads, "Come to Zephyr, for I am waiting for you there. If you do not, your friends will die." Suspenseful, I say. Let's read on. The spy is in Zephyr now. We got to go there and capture that person, and so then we will know the truth, says Sonic. Spy. What spy? Asks Master. I'll tell you the whole story so you two know what's going on, says Sonic. Sonic tells them everything that has happened to him to this point. He arrived in Pounce Field. After 3 hours of explaining the whole ordeal to them, I must sidestep for a moment here, this he is alluding to the rest of the work. And by saying that it takes him 3 hours to explain it to his friends, he really drives home what a masterful piece of work the preceding 8 chapters were. 3 hours? My God! Their eyes were wide open in shock, and they hope they can help him. Now, if I may, this is the most brilliant, absolutely brilliant piece of work that Sonic Master does here. You see, by communicating person and tense, he forces you to see what his words actually mean. It's a bit of a mind scramble, if you will. He could have just said, open in shock, and they hoped, but no, it makes you wonder up in your brain, what does he mean? And you really have to evaluate on the inside what he is trying to say with the shock and the hope. It's truly amazing, really, really. Oh, thank you, excuse me. I do love trumpet. That's what he else. How are you supposed to get that, everyone? I'm not sure, because my plane is wet. Sonic, I have no idea who this spy is. Just that moment, the master gets shot with a tranquilizer dart and falls on the floor. Irina rushes over to him to see what has happened. Now, this is a device. He is clearly making an homage to the late Alfred Hitchcock, but I think I should give him more credit than an homage, because he is actually saying something. He is making an allusion to Hitchcock. The later story, well, you'll see. Yeah. Are you okay, my love? Asks Irina. Just at that moment, she notices sticking out of his neck. I must stop here. Often leaves out entire words, and it really makes you think what goes in there. It's kind of like a base properly made. It leaves much to your imagination. What could she notice? Would it be a tranquilizer dart, aforementioned, or even perhaps a penis? It's all that we do not know. Anyway, I just really do love that part. Irina pulls the dart and stabs it into the master's left nut. Sonic cringes in pain. Now here, Sonic Master, not the character, the author, Mary Sue. He is truly setting up Sonic as an empathetic character. He wants to show us his positive character traits so that we feel for him when he loses his Uncle Chuck and Bunny, or anyone else he comes to love. He really is the classic tragic hero, except he's an anthropomorphic hedgehog. Let's move on. Pull the dart now, because he's going to be really mad when he wakes up, says Sonic, while protecting his nuts. In my country, if someone gets shot with a tranquilizer dart, we stab the guy in one of the balls. For us, we stab right below our pussy. After that, we suck the guy off or lick the girl out, says Irene, talking the stick. Now, not since Alice Randall have I really seen such masterful, truly masterful use of dialogue. He is clearly setting up that she is from another country, probably Russia. I don't know, he doesn't know any other countries, and you really don't need to. America, Britain, and Russia, and you're pretty much golden. Yes, golden. He even says it right there. Your country weird. Very weird. Says Sonic, and go to see where that dot came from. Oh no, he is not limited by syntax. He's really breaking free. Sonic takes one last look at them and sees Irina sucking the master's dick. See, he's really punching it home, if you will. He could just say what's going to happen, but he tells you what's going to happen, tells you that it's happening, and then tells you what he just tells you. It's a fine way to write a story, boys and girls. After 2 hours passing by, Sonic comes back with no luck on finding where that dot came from. Sonic begins to walk over to where Irina and the Master are, just in time to see the Master wake up with the dot still in his left nut. Fuck that. Punctuation. Profanity. Much like punctuation. I love that about this author. And I imagine it would fucking hurt. Says Master, pulling out the dart. Always a good idea if something hurts your nut to pull it out. Sorry, love. It's tradition in my country, and I gave you a blowjob while you were unconscious, says Irina. Don't you ever do that again. Oh, and thanks for the blowjob. See, he showed Master to be a bit of a dick, and seeing as he is the Master, very Sue character, remember that term, boys and girls, he is really showing himself to be human, imperfect. I truly admire that in an author, willing to do that. What were you saying about the spy, asked Sonic. I forget now, but it might come back to me, says Master. Does anyone have any other ideas, asks Sonic. I have. Let's steal a plane, says Irina. Let's not, and say we did, says Sonic, showing Sonic has a moral compass. Explodent. I agree, Sonic, says Master. We shouldn't even notice any of our friends show up while you're gone, says Irina. I'll do that, says Sonic, while he begins to write the note. Good. That's settled, says Irina. Yeah, you done writing the note, asks Master. Yep, let me put it on the fridge, says Sonic, while going into the kitchen to put the note up. Sonic grabs a magnate and places the note on the fridge. Just at that moment, they hear a plane passing overhead, and they think it landed on top of the building. Sonic opens the door and lets them go ahead of him. He closes the door and runs to catch up with them. They wait for the elevator to come to them after Irina presses the button. After a couple of minutes passing by, the elevator comes down and doors open. They walk into the elevator, and the Master presses the button for the top floor. The elevator makes its way to the top floor, and it arrives to their destination. They head out of the elevator to find the door to the roof. After 20 minutes, Sonic finds the door, but it's all chained up. Now here, using very few words, only after 20 minutes, he could have written pages upon pages of how a troubling, hard journey it was. But no, only 20 minutes to a bloody door on a bloody roof, you can really see it was quite the trial and tribulation. After doing Sonic's in, chains break and the doors open. Sonic calls the rest of them over, and they begin to walk up the stairs to the roof. After making their way to the top, they see a person in the plane. The person looks at them, and they get out of the plane, then make their way to the edge of the roof. The person jumps off the roof and head over to the edge of the building. They look down just in time to see a parachute open up, and the person land on the ground. The person walks into Fishing Plane's hotel, and they head back to the plane in order to start their trip to Piper. A note was laying on the pilot seat, and Sonic began to read it.